game number 2 is getting underway right now. Let's see if they've made any adjustments for this match so far, because of the roles a little bit reversed in game 1.
And there he is, Greensheep playing Druid. As we said, he's been switching it up a ton here lately. He hasn't just, had that unbridled aggression coming out of him. He's been having Druid. He's been having Handlock, and he's been mixing in the aggression. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a really aggressive deck from him in game 3.
I wouldn't be too terribly surprised either, but I think a lot of it's going to hinge on this game. If he takes a 2-0 lead, I think he's going to be more willing to risk an aggressive strategy, but he's got to get through this game first.
Yeah, and it looks like Ostkaka's brought Grim Patron.
Innervate Tron, such a good draw at this point. Is there a world where Ostkaka plays Fiery War Axe and passes?
Oh, I think there is a world where this happens, and if there is, it's going straight to the museum.
Yeah. He's going to armor up instead.
Oh, I wanted to see it.
Gosh, what a dangerous situation. Kind of dancing between the raindrops here.
And I think Greensheep's going to actually just innervate out the Sludge Belcher. There's a good chance that he does it, because his curve behind it, not terrible, but it doesn't mess up his hand a ton here, so there's a chance that he does it here.
I don't mind the innervate Sludge Belcher, because what ends up happening afterwards is he's got big Game Hunter on curve, and then he's got Swipe to fight some threats afterwards. So he's actually going to build a pretty big board presence if he does that and keep pushing. But he's got his mind set on the long game, and with a Harrison Jones in his hand, I can't blame him for that.
Do you think he would have been more likely to do it if he knew that Ostkaka was playing Grim Patron and not Control?
No, I don't really think it made that much of a difference. I think his consideration is solely in the fact that in a long game, he's going to feel comfortable fighting from this position because he's already got Force Nature. He's got Harrison Jones to fight against things, and this was another consideration of it too. If he innervates out Sludge Belcher here, say Ostkaka's turn 4 is a Death Bite, he's going to be able to trigger that with Harrison Jones, and that's obviously a very key weapon to pick off.
Yeah, great plays here from Greensheep. You're going to see a slam into a Fiery War Axe here to take care of the front half of this Sludge Belcher.
Ostkaka's hand getting very dangerous too.
Yeah, so no, gigantic value out of Harrison Jones here, but I still think there's a chance he plays it just as a tempo. Well, maybe not. He drew a Sludge Belcher, but
yeah, there's a chance he plays it as a tempo play. He does get value from it as well, but we've heard players say over and over again, the big key with Harrison Jones is taking out a Death Bite.
Yeah, if you can take away a Whirlwind effect from them, it's generally just great.
Yeah, Sludge Belcher are going to completely alter any plans he had with Harrison Jones if he had them in his turn.
And yeah, this kind of shuts off the Fiery War Axe as well. a little bit. You can either kill the 1/2 slime, which isn't great, or you can attack the Sludge Belcher and not even kill the whole front half.
Now, I think it's going to be Gnomish Inventor to start, but Ostkaka never shy to take his time and calculate all his decisions.
We talked about this. Ostkaka had one of the best games I've ever seen, or some of the best games I've ever seen, and there was one where he held on to an Emperor Thaurissan for so many turns. If he gets it here in the next turn or two, he's slamming it with this hand.
Oh, yeah. This is a matchup where you can't necessarily afford to wait. You have to get on the ground running and really push for some bigger stuff. And now that Ostkaka didn't swing with his weapon, is there any chance you Harrison Jones? I love waiting here still, but his hand is it's after the Piloted Shredder, he's really out of options.
I was going to say, if he didn't draw the Piloted Shredder, let's say if he drew the other Wild Growth there, or some kind of brick, another Swipe or something,
Innervate.
Then, Innervate, then I think he slams the Harrison Jones, but it's just so valuable, and you're winning on board right now. Why not just play the Piloted Shredder and move forward from there?
Yeah, with 2 Grim Patrons in hand here too, is this a big Whirlwind turn that we're looking at?
All right, so if he gets a Whirlwind here, he can take care of the Sludge Belcher as well, make a bunch of Grim Patrons. He's got the Inner Rage, so it just matters how bad his board looks against Swipe, which it looks like it's going to be great afterwards. So I have to believe he's going to move in on this.
I just don't see really a reason not to. You're getting a big board presence. You're setting up a Battle Rage next turn. You're forcing Greensheep to have to deal with things. Plus you lose your Gnomish Inventor, but that card's already done its job.
Yeah, plus you already have another Grim Patron, you have a Frothing Berserker, and you have a Battle Rage. That's the big key here. He has a Battle Rage to really recuperate, a lot of his card loss next turn and find something like Warsong Commander to try to end this game.
Yeah, Greensheep got to be able to check this though. It's pretty darn rare that you find this situation where you can actually take care of all these Grim Patrons being made, especially from a Druid's perspective. They just don't have a lot of clean tools usually.
He also has a bunch of different ways to do so. He doesn't have just one way to check this. He's got a Wrath, he's got a Swipe, he's got a Force of Nature, and he's got minions on board. So there's a bunch of different ways he could actually, clean up this board.
Yep, step 1 is attack with the Pilot Shredder. Get a little bit more information. And
oh, RoboCub, what's up, buddy? Love that card.
It's in a Druid deck, right?
Love that card.
Now, Wrath Swipe is the play here. No question about it. You have to clear up Grim Patrons. They're too dangerous.
Yeah, you can't just leave this board sitting around. They get too much value off of it.
Yep. Even gets to pick off a couple points of damage here. Ostkaka, no Whirlwind effect, and the weapons, they're decent right here, but these aren't this isn't really the job he wants to be doing rolling into turn 7. He doesn't want to have to be using Fiery War Axe to take care of minions.
Acolyte of Pain, though, welcome draw here.
I'm certainly going to give him a little bit more juice. The Armor Smith going to help try to protect what's going on here. But now Greensheep hasn't seen a Death Spite for so long, and he's running out of options. Is this a Harrison Jones turn?
It's very possible this is a Harrison Jones turn, but the
well,
start
not anymore.
We keep talking about this. It's such a good turn for this card, and then they just draw the card that keeps them from doing it.
Yep, and just able to keep chipping away at the life total. This keeps going on. Ostkaka's not going to be feeling comfortable about it. And you can see even a little bit of a sly grin.
Oh yeah, he's definitely worried about Savage Roar here.
Yeah. Should be able to take care of it pretty darn nicely, though. There are some pretty monstrous draws for Ostkaka.
Yeah, he gets to draw a lot of extra cards this turn as well if he wants to.
Is there a chance that Frothing Berserker is the right play? Don't think it is.
I don't think so.
Battle Rage.
Yeah, I don't think so if you don't play it before all this.
Stable Ghoul, Gnomish Inventor, Acolyte Pain, no executes.
Yeah, those first two cards were pretty good, though. He can still sit behind an Unstable Ghoul with the Gnomish Inventor here. He gets extra cards and extra armor. And, if Greensheep doesn't have, something crazy to kill him here, he might be able to take over this game from there.
Do you feel comfortable just sitting behind an Unstable Ghoul, though?
I mean, what are your other options? They're not great, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, the extra Acolyte of Pain is better than the Gnomish Inventor here, I think.
I like trying to draw the extra card here, too.
The full 4, but it doesn't really matter. He gets a card out of it here.
Yeah, but he's going to have to sit behind Unstable Ghoul and hope this gets the job done.
He actually broke even on life there as well, too.
Man, Greensheep, his side of the board it looks like he's in complete control right now. I mean, barring a Warsong Commander draw from Ostkaka, I don't know if he's going to win this game.
Well, I mean, there's maybe some crazy running execute turns, where he gets to, just barely hold on to the game. But you're right, it's gonna be really hard for him here if he doesn't get that Warsong Commander soon.
Yeah, he's trying to pick off a minion with that Boombot first. Maybe he picks off the Unstable Ghoul and he can push for 7 damage.
And he can finish off one with the hero power here if he wants to.
Execute gets drawn. Not a terrible one for Ostkaka at this point. It looks like he's actually gonna be able to cover this game. He can use Execute on the Dr. Boom. Finish off the Sylvanas with Armor Smith and Death Spite, and then suddenly he's set up for a pretty decent looking position, but Harrison Jones looks like it's going to foil that plan.
Yeah, he also just picked up another Inner Age, and he's got Dread Corsair, a card we haven't seen for a while, so he gets to actually develop a minion after all this as well.
Yeah, this is a pretty big swing in the board for Ostkaka this turn. And the Dread Corsair is going to protect him from Force Nature Savage Roar too.
Yeah, this is going to be a great turn here for Ostkaka. Great running draws, as we said.
Yep, his instinct, of course, was to attack, but knows he wants to slow himself down. This is how players get dangerous situations, is when they start acting too fast.
Yeah, we saw it with Powder, actually cost him a match earlier in the season.
Step 1, step 2, step 3. Great looking turn. But again, needs Warsong Commander. This is really the big step. If he knows he's going to play the Gnomish Inventor first too, why not draw the card?
Yeah, sequencing, like the sequencing here from Ostkaka, might as well just get all of the information before I make all my plays here, because you're pretty much going to make those other plays no matter what.
Yep. Second Force Nature gets picked up, but not the card he's going to play this turn. Needs to shut off that Whirlwind effect.
He also can just find a Savage Roar here. Well, he gets to cycle some Wild Growths here eventually.
I wonder if it's ever worth it to Wild Growth to 10 so that you can Wild Growth to get the extra minion, or to get the extra card right now, because how often is he going to be able to invest this 4 mana afterwards? With 2 Force Natures in his hand, pretty darn likely. But it's just funny that there's even close to an argument for that.
All right, well, he's picked up a Whirlwind. Now he's Whirlwind, Inner Rage, Grim Patron, Frothing Berserker, Frothing Berserker. If he finds a Warsong Commander anytime soon, or an Emperor, this game can get out of control.
Yeah, I think he's just going to build the Grim Patrons this turn, and really no reason not to, considering that Greensheep has already used a lot to take care of him. How does he deal with the second wave?
That's what I say. He's got an Armor Smith as well. This is the main reason to do this. He's going to be able to gain so much life this turn.
He actually just looks like he's just going to sit behind the Unstable Ghoul.
He's going to trade off and then fill his board of Grim Patrons here. He's going to clear Greensheep's board.
There's Enrage. There's Whirlwind. You have to be trading in this spot, right?
Well, he's going to at least take care of Harrison Jones. The Unstable Ghoul can kind of check the Big Game Hunter because you have to get through it in some way, shape, or form, and it'll kill the Big Game Hunter. I don't know if he wants to leave that on board, though.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to. I think just nothing else, just space on board. matters a little bit. And Greensheep, this game's going to be looking rough if he wants to win this one. The second wave of Grim Patrons is always so tough to deal with.
I mean, he doesn't even have a great way to get through this. You know, if he uses Force of Nature here, he just triggers more Grim Patrons.
Yeah, he needs Keeper of the Grove.
Yeah, and then he gives Ostkaka a ton more life here. This deck is so powerful.
Just every step of the way, able to apply pressure. You know, you don't necessarily need Warsong Commander to be able to win games. You know, for a while, this was looking like it was dangerous for Ostkaka, but one execute draw turned this game around.
Yeah, just unbelievable draw there for him. Got to, you know, retake this board and then, you know, just do what Patrons does.
Yeah. Now, the benefit here is that because Ostkaka's board is so full, you know, he's not actually going to get that much value from these Grim Patrons. This actually looks like it's about to be cleaned up.
Ostkaka going to be back over 30 after this turn.
Just why not? Thanks, Armorsmith.
Such a buddy.
Yeah, one wrath away or one swipe away from being able to keep this board clean. And so Ostkaka goes into his turn with an advantage here, but running out of cards. Well, was running out of cards, but Battle Rage going to give him 3 more.
Yeah, he could even slam his other patron here. Oh, he picked up a Warsaw Commander too.
This game's done. This game just ended.
Yeah, he's going to set up Death Spite for next turn with Warsaw Commander and Frothing Berserker, most likely, because that is lethal, for sure.
Will slam also to pick up extra cards. Why not? Everyone's certainly gotten in here this game. A lot of Grim Patrons got made.
There's the other Warsaw Commander as well. Yeah, this game, I don't know if there's anything Greensheep can do over the next 2 turns.
Yeah, he's even going to set it looks like he wants to set a Warsong Commander just to try to force Greensheep into doing anything. It doesn't really matter what Ostkaka does, as long as he doesn't play 2 Warsong Commanders here.
Well, also what this does is it kind of plays around swipe very well, because, you know, what do you swipe here now? You can't swipe to clear his board ever.
Yeah.
Because then he just has do you swipe the Warsaw Commander?
Yeah, you just leave one around. Yeah. No chance. And Savage War is not going to be enough. Does have Force Nature Savage War, but Ostkaka's got to be somewhere in range to get that done. Right, you know, he can clear up some stuff here, though.
Yeah, if he Force Nature Savage Wars here, he can clean up a lot of this board, actually. He can take care of the Frothing Berserker, take care of the Warsaw Commander, and 2 of the Grim Patrons, but Ostkaka's got more than enough behind this to be able to rebuild.
Now, 2 Wild Ghosts sitting in hand. He has to even invest mana if he wants to get through these.
Yeah, I mean, this is a recoverable board if Ostkaka's hand was not good.
Yeah. Wow, Ostkaka actually almost out of cards here. I didn't realize his deck was so low. He's drawn so much. He's got 1 card left in his deck.
Yeah, no, do you just get really busy with the Frothing Berserker? I think you have to here, right? Because you know Greensheep's hand isn't good.
Well, I mean, once he's invested the first wave of Warsong Commander and the other Frothing Berserker, yeah, I think he does have to do this.
Yeah, the thing is it's going to be really hard for him to attack with his Death Spite next turn, just depending, you know, it's going to be hard to give up a Grim Patron here, but Greensheep would get, great draw for Greensheep here. Be able to taunt it. Is that going to be enough to save him, though?
I don't know. I don't think he's taunting up. I actually think he's supposed to charge into the Frothing Berserker here. No, Ostkaka's got 1 card left.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And Naturalize would be a pretty darn good draw.
Well, the thing is he still can't stop enough damage here. He's at 9. He'll go up to 10. That'll be 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it'll be exactly 10.
Exactly 10.
Yeah, Ostkaka has exactly 10 almost no matter how he does this, right? Yeah, because he charges into that, into the Grim Patron, and the Frothing Berserker has 3 power. Yeah, it's 10 no matter what.
1 life off of being able to stay alive.
You might as well just taunt up, armor up, and say go. I guess maybe he'll mess up. Yeah, or I guess you can kill the Grim Patron. Yeah, it's the same thing. But this Whirlwind from Death Spite is just going to make this Frothing Berserker.
Plus, he's just got the execute for it, too. Yeah. He's got all the tools on his side of the court. Greensheep's so close to maybe recovering this game state, but just enough damage from Ostkaka to get this one done.
Yep, patient, just enough. Finally found the cards that needed. And look, there's the last card in his deck, Emperor Thorson.
Yeah, seems like it's always the case.
Yeah, that's what we actually thought with his freeze, that Echo Mage deck he had the other day.
Yeah, the last card was that he just didn't have Emperor in that deck. Ostkaka going to tie this series up at 1 game apiece. This, honestly, Druid can be such a tough matchup for this deck. But if you can continue to get out ahead on board and use Grim Patrons to occupy their time, that gives you more time to draw your entire deck to get the job done.
Yeah, that's the one thing that has a problem is the Druid deck doesn't have a ton of card draw outside of, you know, cycling a Wrath or drawing an Ancient of Lore.